For the sake of efficiency, we thought we'd condense that all into one skit. That way, you never need to attend another orientation, student or faculty. As is customary, Roger Myerson briefs the job market candidates. All right, welcome to the job market. For those of you planning on going on the job market this year, it looks like we have some 6th years, some 7th years, and an 8th year in the back. It's about time. We've got some 5th years up here. I'm surprised we're letting you out, but hey, in any case, it's a good time to be ambitious because you have to put in a lot of work, and your lives are going to be a living hell until about May, and possibly for several years after that. If you have any hope of getting a job this year, you'll need to complete 47 items that I will detail to you in the next 2 weeks. I've condensed them all into one page with no indentation. Meanwhile, at their year orientation, Professor Ali Ratakshu invites the students with his own brand.
Last year, only one third-year student finished their second-year paper. Not only that, it was garbage. I don't know why you call it a second-year paper if you only start in the 3rd year. I don't know why everyone's complaining that research is so hard. All you need to do is regress Y on X. That's what we've been teaching you in your 1st year. All you need to do is figure out what Y and X are. Yes?
This is the most face time I've had with the professor since math camp. Could I ask you a question about my data?
Sure, why not? This is getting me out of my lunch with Derek Neal anyways.
I'm estimating a regression, but I'm finding very weird results. I'm estimating 5 different coefficients.
Now, what's the answer to any question I ever asked in my exam?
Bootstrap.
You bet your ass it's bootstrap. Of course it's bootstrap. Now, what you do here is you sample 5 coefficients from your distribution. Okay? Alright? You do this a ridiculous amount of time. A ridiculous amount, such that you get your 95% confidence interval. And then you know what? Now give me the 90% confidence interval as well. And then you see this residue is over here, protecting here, here, and then here. Now, this is known as the Mansky zone defense. It's supposed to protect your coefficients from your residues, and it will keep your coefficient outside and protect and get rid of your residues outside of your confidence interval. And as you can see, this is surprisingly robust.
Meanwhile, at 1st year orientation, Professor John Liss gives the 1st years his own brand of enthusiasm.
Hi everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the 1st year of the rest of your lives. You're at the most awesome university in the history of all time. At least until I take that job at Harvard. Let me see. Easy. You're a 3rd year. What are you doing here?
Yes. but I have some questions that were not answered the first 3 times I attended, and I also have questions from the previous skit as well.
Your CV, you need to complete a 1-page resume, lists of references, stamped and addressed envelopes to each of the institutions that you're applying to, which I seriously consider you limit to no more than 350. You'll need to write personalized cover letters for each of these institutions. Try not to come off as arrogant as the Harvard job market candidates.
Hello, third years. We're the IT support for the econ department. A lot of the stuff that goes around in the background, we just want to reintroduce ourselves. I'm here today to talk to you about our new server, Sparta. Some of you may be familiar with Acropolis. Well, this is way more intense. So if you're interested, shoot us an email, we'll get you strapped in and ready to go.
What is Sparta?
It's a closed source kernel networking clustered central processor. I think Athens is 32 gig, 32. But this is an Intel 808S Xeon, right? So we're pretty proud of it.
I don't know what any of that means.
It means it's got a super micro core with over 256 concurrent working threads and a terabyte compiler.
I think that should clear everything up.
Like I said, everything is totally awesome. For the next 12 months, we're gonna work really hard. Yet, it will feel completely worthless. But whenever you get stuck, just take a look at the PhD guidebook. Have you read this yet? It's fantastic. Just do what I do. Keep one next to your bed and just read it whenever you're feeling down. Yes, easy.
Will knowing everything in that book help us graduate in 5 years?
Look, it doesn't perform miracles. It just has great information in it.
All right, in the second week, you'll need to have your formal headshots on hand. In week 3 is the swimsuit competition.
This is absurd! How can they expect us to get into shape by then?
I suggest reading Gary Becker's Swimsuit Ready in 7 days.
So I'm sensing there's a little bit of a confusion as to what Sparta actually does.
Well, let me put it to you this way. When you walk in the computer room, you can hear the server. It is loud. It's like a lawnmower. It's like a deer lawnmower.
How will that help us with our research?
I'm sorry, I don't understand your question.
Like, is it better than Acropolis? Like, should we all be using it?
No. You only want to be using it if you're sending batches of parallel code to the super parallel modifier in graphical processing.
I think you'll find that the students that survive the first year produce great research and are very motivated. Any questions?
How many people survived the first year?
It's a good question. Now, as with many questions in economics, The answer changes dramatically depending on how you ask the question. When you say survive, do you mean academically or medically?
Yeah, question.
Should we indicate that we're interested in jobs outside of academia, like to the government or the private sector? Or will that send a bad signal to the departments we're interested in?
Well, listen, I've read your job market paper, and no signal you send will be as bad as your identification strategy. So I could seriously consider, yes, looking outside of academia. So there you have it. You never need to attend another orientation.